but who are you?
I told you, George, I'm your guardian angel.
What is it you want, Barry? You want the moon? Just say the word and I'll throw a lasso around it and pull it down.
Welcome home, Mr. Bailey.
Sentimental hogwash.
I wish I had $1 million. Hot dog! Mr. and Mrs. Martini, welcome home.
This is what I wished for.
You see, George, you really had a wonderful life.
Merry Christmas!
Look, Daddy, teacher says every time a bell rings, an angel gets his wings.
That's right. That's right.
Plane to Lisbon. You would like to be on it.
Why? What's in Lisbon?
Clipper to America.
My friends in the underground tell me that you've quite a record. You ran guns to Ethiopia. You fought against the fascists in Spain.
What of it?
Isn't it strange that you always happen to be fighting on the side of the underdog?
I've often speculated on why you don't return to America. Did you abscond with the church funds? Did you run off with the senator's wife? I like to think that you killed a man. It's the romantic in me.
It's a combination of all three.
And what in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
I'm a saloon keeper. The problems of the world are not in my department.
But when you first came to Casablanca, I thought...
You thought what? Why did you come back? To tell me why you ran out on me at the railway station?
We knew very little about each other when we were in love in Paris. If we leave it that way, maybe we'll remember those days, not Casablanca. Last night I saw what has happened to you. The Rick I knew in Paris, I could tell him he'd understand. But the one who looked at me with such hatred. I'll be leaving Casablanca soon and we'll never see each other again.
Don't you sometimes wonder if it's worth all this?
We might as well question why we breathe. Each of us has a destiny, for good or for evil. I know a good deal more about you than you suspect. I wonder if you know that you're trying to escape from yourself.
Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine. He's looking at you, kid.
Here's a man that could have been president, who was as loved and hated and as talked about as any man in our time. But when he comes to die, he's got something on his mind called Rosebud. Now, what's that mean?
You people seem to forget that I'm the boy's father.
It's going to be done exactly the way I told Mr. Thatcher.
You take Mr. Kane. It wasn't money he wanted. Thatcher never did figure him out. Sometimes even I couldn't.
He is today what he has always been, and always will be, a Thatcherist.
Now in complete control of the government of this state. I made no campaign promises.
I'm going to 185 West 74th Street.
Your husband's only trying to be funny. Call him.
Don't worry about me. I'm Charles Foster Kane.
What do you care? You don't care about anything except you. You just want to persuade people that you love them so much that they ought to love you back.
You don't love me. You want me to love you? Sure. I'm Charles Foster Kane. Whatever you want, just name it and it's yours. But you gotta love me.
Mr. Kane was a man who got everything he wanted and then lost it.
I don't think any word can explain a man's life.
I killed Dietrichson. Me, Walter Neff, insurance agent, 35 years old, unmarried, no visible scars. Until a while ago, that is. Yeah, I killed him. I killed him for money and for a woman. It all began last May. I was thinking about that dame upstairs and the way she had looked at me. And I wanted to see her again, close, without that silly staircase between us. How could I have known that murder can sometimes smell like honeysuckle?
I can't stand it anymore. What if they do hang me?
They're not going to hang you, baby.
It's better than going on this way.
They're not going to hang you. Because you're going to do it and I'm going to help you.
Yes, from the moment they met, it was murder. But always behind them, with his devilish hunches and his brilliant brain, was Keyes.
The murder's never perfect. Always comes apart sooner or later. And where two people are concerned, it's usually sooner.
Could they get away from him and his relentless pursuit? And could they get away with murder?
You don't know Keyes. Once he gets his teeth into something, he never lets go. He'll investigate you. He'll have you shouted. He'll watch you every minute from now on. You afraid, baby?
Yes, I'm afraid. But not of Keyes. I'm afraid of us.
I'd like to move in on her right now, tonight. If it wasn't for Norton and his striped pants ideas about company policy, I'd have the cops after her so quick it'd make a head spin. Now, we know the Dietrichson dame is in it, and somebody else.
Only you haven't got a single thing to go on, Keyes.
He'll show. He's got to show. Sometime, somewhere, they've got to meet.
Un coup de pied au cul, quand il est bien donné, peut faire rire le monde entier. Et comme c'est vrai, il y a toute une gamme, toute une science, tout un style des coups de pied au cul. Mais hélas, les traditions se perdent et le public demande sans cesse du nouveau. Du nouveau, de la nouveauté. À quoi ça ressemble ?
Ben oui, vous êtes libre.
Tant mieux, parce que moi j'adore ça, la liberté. avez souri. Ne dites pas non, vous avez souri. Ah, c'est merveilleux. La vie est belle. Et vous êtes comme elle, si belle. Vous êtes si belle, vous aussi.
Ah, mais n'oublie pas qu'on m'appelle aussi pleure misère, dit lésineur, dit rat. Parce que je suis avare. Comme un rat.
Toujours cruel, Pierre-François?
Je ne suis pas cruel, je suis logique. Depuis longtemps, j'ai déclaré la guerre à la société.
Si tous les gens qui vivent ensemble s'aimaient, la terre brillerait comme un soleil.
Baptiste.
Vous vous battez en duel et avec qui?
Avec un imbécile.
Vous allez le tuer, j'espère.
S'il fallait tuer tous les imbéciles.
Évidemment. Et pourtant, ça simplifierait tellement les choses.
À moi, les amis! On a frappé Anselme de Bureau!
C'est une question de vie ou de mort?
Non. Sincèrement.
Fais-je l'air de plaisanter?
Non. À cause de toi, à cause de Baptiste, je suis devenu jaloux. Mais jaloux, moi.
Et moi, je ne l'ai pas écoutée. Je l'ai pas prise dans mes bras. Non, j'ai posé des conditions. M'aimez-vous comme je vous aime. Et j'ai fermé la porte. Cette porte-là pour toujours, entre moi et mon amour.
Vous avez la tête trop chaude pour moi, Pierre-François. Et le cœur trop froid. Je crains les courants d'air.
Garance, comprenez-moi. Je voudrais tellement que vous m'aimiez.
Pour vous-même.
Je vous en prie, Garance, ne me tourmentez pas. Garance.
Laisse-la parler. Je veux tout savoir de vous deux. Oui, savoir ce qui me reste. Tournez-vous si ça vous gêne.
Messieurs, excusez-moi. Je n'ai pas eu le temps de m'habiller de noir. Nous avons parlé toute la nuit. Conversation agréable, le temps a passé. Mais nous ne sommes pas ici pour échanger des politesses, mais du plomb.
Ça ne m'empêche pas d'avoir de la moralité, moi.
Vous le connaissez peut-être. Mais moi, je l'aime. Pourquoi êtes-vous grossier avec moi?
Nous, on n'est pas grossier. On plaisante. Et où êtes-vous artiste, mademoiselle? Et depuis combien de temps?
Au funambule depuis 3 semaines environ.
Un oiseau de passage.
N'ajoutez rien, monsieur. Dites-moi seulement où deux de mes amis pourront demain. Inutile. Je ne suis pas un homme avec qui on se bat en duel. Absolument pas. De mieux en mieux. Voilà qui éclaircit les choses. Ou alors je me réserve toujours le choix des armes.
Up into the forbidding majesty of the great Madre range go men. Their pasts buried in silent secrecy. Their futures hidden in the mystery of adventure. Men drawn together in their search for gold. Dog, soldier of fortune. Howard, the old-timer. Curtin, the youngster. And Cody, the intruder. These are the men who tried to tap the treasure of the Sierra Madre. Men with an oath on their lips and muscles in their arms, but men with greed in their hearts. Ready to break their backs, to sell their very souls for gold, fighting shoulder to shoulder against the forces of nature, only to find their greatest enemy is human nature.
Shut your trap! Shut up or I'll smash your head flat!
Go ahead, throw it. Without me, you two would die here more miserable than rats.
Leave him alone. Can't you see that the old man's nuts?
You're so dumb you don't even see the riches you're treading on with your own feet.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. I don't want to keep that dame waiting, whoever she is.
We wounded this mountain. It's our duty to close her wounds. The least we can do to show our gratitude for the wealth she's given us.
You talk about that mountain like it was a real woman. You've been a lot better to me than any woman I ever knew. I know exactly what you mean. You want to take it all for yourself and cut me out. I know you for what you are. A long time I've had my suspicions about you. Now I know I've been right.
So that's your stinking game, is it? Informing. I knew you was an informer. I knew it all the time.
Take a look down that mountain. This means all our funerals.
What's that?
If I'm right in what I'm thinking, may the Lord be with us. They're not soldiers, they're bandits.
To Be is truly an outstanding motion picture, an exciting romantic comedy keyed to an ever-mounting tempo of suspense. To Be or Not to Be brings you the screen's beloved star, Carole Lombard, in the kind of role that won her the applause of millions. And that mirth-maker of the movies, that Casanova of the radio, your favorite comedian, Jack Benny, in something entirely new, something surprisingly different, and it's hilarious all the way. To Be or Not to Be is a swift-moving comedy melodrama, enriched by the magic that sparkles in every Ernst Lubitsch production. It's the picture everyone will want to see.
Is Mr. Martins engaged on a new book?
Yes. It's a murder story. It's based on fact. It's called The Third Man. Heard of Harry Lime?
Best friend I ever had.
So you're going to find me the real criminal. Sounds like one of your stories.
You're wrong about Harry. You're wrong about everything.
You never should have gone to the police, you know.
Come out, whoever you are.
Announcing the return of the most glamorous motion picture ever made, David O. Selznick and Alfred Hitchcock bring you the Grand Slam prize winner that made motion picture history. Winner of the Academy Award, voted by America's critics as the best picture of the year. And now, as a result of a national poll, winning new honors as audiences throughout the country vote to see it again. The Selznick Studio's successor to Gone with the Wind, Rebecca, brought to the screen with all the warmth and emotion that made millions of readers acclaim Daphne du Maurier's bestseller as the most exciting love story of our time. The fascinating Max de Winter lives on the screen in the person of Laurence Olivier.
Why, it's Max de Winter.
How do you do? The shy, unsophisticated young girl who dared to follow in the footsteps of the beautiful Rebecca is portrayed by lovely Joan Fontaine.
How could I ask you to love me when I knew you loved Rebecca still? Whenever you touched me, I knew you were comparing me with Rebecca.
What is the mystery of Rebecca? What dread secret is hidden within the silent walls of Manderley?
It's not only in this room. It's in all the rooms in the house. You can almost hear it now. Do you think the dead come back and watch the living?
Tell me, is Mrs. Van Hopper a friend of yours or just a relation?
No, she's my employer. I'm what is known as a paid companion.
I didn't know companionship could be bought.
There is mystery, love, and laughter in Rebecca, the motion picture still unsurpassed for suspenseful romance.